Hey guys, sorry if it's a little bit dark in the video. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know, cuz like it's almost 8 p.m. and I wanted to make a bunch of videos because I think I'm going to have time today and tomorrow, and I haven't made a video in a while. So, I'm going to make a bunch of videos for the next few days. Anyway, cuz I'm about to finish my thesis and then I'm going to have time to make videos every day. But anyway, so I made a video a few months ago about, you know, doing new things and pushing yourself to do different things, challenging yourself basically to, go through new experiences, try new things, and all that stuff. My hair has grown since the last time I made a video. Anyway, my hair grows a little bit fast, I would say. Anyway, so the thing is, I had come back. I'm so dirty minded. I had just come back from a talk that day, and we were given a bunch of talks because I joined this initiative where, this friend of mine, we gave a bunch of talks. We gave a talk no, we didn't give a bunch of talks. We gave a talk today. We gave a talk a month ago. We're going to give another talk tomorrow, and they are about personal finance. Like, we are giving these talks at a high school, and we talk about personal finance. Like, we talk about money, we talk about saving, we talk about investing, we talk about like fraud and like scams and stuff like that. What's an asset, you know what I mean? What kinds of investments you can make and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Buying a house, buying a car, all of those things. And I wanted to join this activity because I saw a bunch of people doing it last year, and I was like, that would be really cool to do, like, especially if I gave a talk at my, like, the place where I studied in high school. Well, actually middle school, because I studied high school at another school, but I didn't really like it, so we didn't give a talk there. Anyway, so a month ago we gave a talk at my old middle school, and today we gave another talk and at another village, and then tomorrow we're gonna give another talk. We're gonna deliver another talk um, at another city, and here's in another city. I don't know. And here's the thing, I had never given a talk before. You know what I mean? Like, I had done public speaking, like I had done like class presentations and stuff like that. I had made videos before, like I'm making them right now, you know what I mean? But it's obviously every time that you do something different, it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same to give a talk in front of your classmates when you're in middle school, when you're in college, because it's different people, you're all adults, maybe you're presenting in front of more people, you know? And when you're giving a talk, it's different because, for instance, like right now, I'm doing a master's degree, I'm finishing it, and my friend is in her third year of the bachelor's. So we are students, we are in college, and we're giving this talk to high school students. You know what I mean? They're not people our age. You know what I mean? They're people who are, younger than us. You know what I mean? They are at a lower academic level. You know what I mean? So we're for the first time, actually, yeah, for the first time we're giving a talk mm, to people who are under that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like being a teacher. You know what I mean? Like, you already finished all your studies, whatever. Now you're giving a talk to students. You're not a student anymore. You're a teacher. You know what I mean? So it was the first time we did something like that, and I knew that it was gonna be somewhat nerve wracking because it's not like you know what I mean? Like, I'd never given a talk before. You know what I mean? Like I said, I gave presentations. I delivered the valedictorian speech at the graduation ceremony, um, one of the valedictorian speeches. And you know what I mean? Like, I had done public speaking before, but every time you do it, it's different. You know what I mean? Like, when I gave the speech at the ceremony, I had never done that before. You know what I mean? It was kind of like giving a presentation. And because I'm nearsighted, I wasn't really seeing anybody. So maybe that's a part of the reason why I didn't get nervous. Also because, like, I could read. So it's not like I could forget something because I was like reading, you know what I mean? Also, I was excited about it, you know what I mean? This is also something I was excited about, but it can obviously be a little bit nerve wracking. I remember, especially in the first talk that we gave, it was in my old middle school, you know what I mean? So it meant something to me, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to give a good impression. It was my town, you know what I mean? It was my middle school, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to give a good impression. I wanted to do it right, and it was the first time that we were doing that. So I don't think I slept much the night before. I tell you that. I don't think I slept much. Like, I was nervous, you know what I mean? Like, subconsciously, I was like, why is it so hard for me to fall asleep? Because I want to give a good impression, and I've never done this before. I practiced the presentation a lot. Don't get me wrong. You have to practice a lot to do those things. Like, you can give a presentation, you can be as confident as you want, like, you can be as excited as, you know what I mean? I love public speaking, but no matter how much I love it, I can get nervous if I'm not really You know what I mean? If I'm not really prepared. You know what I mean? Like, I know what an asset is. I know what a liability is. I know what, the risk return relationship in an investment, stuff like that. I know what stocks are. Like, I can explain that to you, but I need to rehearse it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be yapping. You know what I mean? I don't want it to take too long. I don't want it to take too short. You know what I mean? Like, you got to prepare those things, you know? And so I was worried that I was not going to be confident. And I was like, the only way that I can be confident doing this is by just, you know what I mean? Practicing and doing it as many times as I can to, to do it as well as I can. Did I get nervous giving the talk? No. Did I practice enough? I would say, yeah. I would have liked to practice a little bit more, but I think I practiced enough, and I don't think I was getting. Yeah, I didn't really get nervous. You know what I mean? Like there are times where you're like, "Oh my god, I'm doing this. I'm doing this." You know what I mean? Like as you're presenting, but you know what I mean? It's nothing out of the. I don't know, it didn't feel like that surreal of an experience for me. Like I said, it's kind of like giving a presentation because like we've been students all our lives. You know what I mean? Like I literally just started an internship this year. Like all my life I had always been a student. You know what I mean? So it's and because we had to present many times for, for school in front of the class, like because I did the business degree, so we had to present a lot of things. It's a lot about that, at least in my college. Mm, so I wasn't like that nervous because it's kind of like giving a class presentation. You know what I mean? What my point is, I don't know if I'm yapping too much about this. What I'm saying is, you have to try new things in life. You have to join activities, do things that obviously you like. You know what I mean? You're not going to join an activity you don't like just to try something new, just to meet people or whatever. But I have many reasons. I wanted to meet new people. I wanted to get a new experience. I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. It was something that I was interested in because I was like, oh, giving a talk, like I have the chance to do this. I'm not really getting paid. I'm not getting paid. Like, we're going to get paid for the, you know what I mean? Like, going there, you know what I mean? Like, the transportation or the commute, whatever. I don't know. We're going to be paid for that. But it's not like we're going to get paid to give the talk. You know what I mean? It's more like you're a volunteer and you do it. You know what I mean? I just got over a cold. This is one of the, I think, last few days, and I'm going to be snotting everywhere. But yeah, I had a cold in the past week or week and a half. I don't know. But I'm getting over it. What else was I going to say? So yeah, it was something I was excited about. It was something that I'd never really done. And I want to, I don't know if I said this before, but if I could make, I mean, there's so many things I want to do. I want to do entertainment. Like, ideally, there's a few things that I want to do. Like, I'm very specific, but like, I don't want to say it because I don't want to like fuck it up. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's, I don't know. I just want to do things and not like say it until it's done. Anyway, but you will know soon. What was I gonna say? But if I could do public speaking, like that would be amazing. You know what I mean? Like, there's people. Not only is there people who give talks, not only are there, sorry, people who give talks like wherever it is and they get paid a lot, but also like I think it's a really cool thing. Like, even if I didn't get paid that much, you know what I mean? Like I said in many videos, like if I could make a living doing entertainment, like I would be the happiest girl in the world. Even if I'm not one of the most famous or one of the richest or whatever, like if I could make a living doing something that I love, like that would be my dream in life. Like literally, I would be so fulfilled, so happy. Not that I'm not fulfilled and happy right now. I am. I'm proud of what I'm doing and I'm happy with what I have, but a dream is a dream. But anyway, what I'm saying is do something that you like, do something different, push yourself to do something you've never done before. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Obviously, I was a little bit nervous because I hadn't done anything like that. And I don't know if I expressed it in other videos, but I was actually a little bit nervous. I was like, what if I fuck it up? Do you know what I mean? Like, I like public speaking and I was excited about it, but I was like, what if I fuck it up? Well, I didn't fuck it up, thank God. But that's because I practiced. You know what I mean? I was like, well, if I don't want to fuck it up, then I have to rehearse it, you know? And at the end of the day, it was nothing out of the norm. You know what I mean? I didn't mess up because I knew the things, you know what I mean? And I like doing this, like I said, you know what I mean? So you just enjoy the moment, sort of. Anyway, I think I swallowed something wrong. I don't know. So, I mean, also, like, opportunities are not gonna, let's say, knock on your door. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I would wonder, like, oh, why don't I have a boyfriend? Well, I go to school. I haven't met anybody that I think is, like, I've never met anybody in college that I'm, like, well, I have met guys in college that I liked. But, like, for the most part, I'm not, like, I don't know anyone that I'm, like, oh, my God, I'm so interested in this guy. I mean, I have a crush on a guy from the internship that I did. But, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not seeing him anymore. But other than that, like, You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I want to meet people just to meet somebody who I might date or whatever, but the thing is, like, meeting new people, meeting new friends. Like in this initiative, I met a girl. Here's the thing. I was gonna do the talk because we had to give the talks in pairs. Like it had to be two people, right? It couldn't be like just me. Um, so and I kind of preferred it because I kind of wanted to be free to like do whatever I wanted with the talk. But like the thing is, like I did my part and I did it however I wanted. She did it however she wanted, and like we have similar styles, so like it's not like very different. You know what I mean? And like we're both good at presenting. We're both confident. You know what I mean? So like it was perfect. You know what I mean? It's not like one of us is like really shy and the other one is like very like you know extroverted or whatever. But what was I gonna say? Anyway, so I met this girl because I was gonna do it with another girl who was in my master's degree. We were gonna do it together, but then she did an internship and it was so time consuming, and she was gonna stay there because they were offered a job after that. So she was not gonna have time to give the talks. So she dropped out, and so I met this other girl that I was put together with, and we're friends now. You know what I mean? Like we have a lot in common. We never went to class together. We met actually one time that I went to this thing called Breakfast with Entrepreneurs or something like that. So it's like an activity where like they give you like coffee and stuff like that, maybe a little snacky snack, and they invite an entrepreneur, somebody who has a company, somebody who founded the company, and they explain kind of their story, the story behind their company and their entrepreneurship. Yeah, just their story, and we met there, and then the next time we met was in this initiative. So what I'm saying is that like you meet people who you might become friends with. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna be friends after this initiative. You know what I mean? Maybe we can hang out like I don't know, somewhat often. I don't know, and so you can meet people, you get new experiences, and it gives you confidence. I think I recently made a video talking about like what doesn't kill you gives you confidence. Like obviously it was really stressful when we had to make the PowerPoint because we kind of did it last minute because we had a lot of other things to do. And I was like, oh my God, I'm super stressed, whatever. Like, why did I have to join this activity, whatever, but at the end of the day, it was worth it. Everything turned out fine, thank God. And, you know what I mean? Like, what I said is, what doesn't kill you gives you character. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Now it's like, whenever something happens, I'm like, okay, I went through something else that was similar, not exactly the same, but it was similar. And I went through it and everything was fine. You know what I mean? Or like, I don't know, imagine I have to present an idea in front of like people at work. Well, I've done public speaking before. I'm not going to be nervous in front of these people. Like I've talked in front of high school students. I've talked in front of, everybody in the graduation ceremony. Like I make videos and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm used to various types of public speaking, so I can do this other thing. You know what I mean? Like it gives you that experience, and that experience gives you like thicker skin. You know what I mean? So obviously it's scary. It's nerve wracking. I'm not going to tell you that it's like the easiest thing. You just go for it. It's not easy. It's not easy. There were times where I was like, maybe I regret this, maybe. And there were times where I was like, oh, I'm too lazy. I don't want to go to this place. Like, why did I have to join this activity? I'm just too lazy to go. Um, yeah, but then if you stay in your comfort zone your entire life and you don't do things because you're too lazy, because it's too much work, because it's gonna stress you out or whatever, then you're not gonna do shit because everything requires work and everything requires dedication and everything requires you to do something that you're probably a little bit lazy to do, you know? But you have to get out of that. I think that if everything goes well and I start doing a PhD, I want to join more activities, like the activities that I can join, because I want to meet people. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to be doing this thing, I'm just going to be alone in an office or at home. I don't know. So it's just going to be me and that's it. Who am I going to meet? You know what I mean? I want to meet people. I want to make friends. I'm not even like actively looking for a relationship. I don't want to be like that. You know what I mean? Like it might happen, but I'm not actively looking for it. You know what I mean? Because you can get disappointed. And you know what I mean? Like I just want to meet people, get new experiences. I mean, I kind of did my master's degree against my will. I did it because I had to do it. I mean, who wants to study like for the fun of it, But I met so many people that are so cool, like either in class or at work, professors. You know what I mean? Like some of my classmates were friends now. The people who were in my internship, I don't know if we're friends because we're kind of like we don't have each other's number or anything, but like you know what I mean? Like we got along really well. And some of the professors, like you know what I mean? Like I'm glad that I met them, and you know what I mean? I'm glad that I had that experience. So, you know what I mean? When you do things happen. Do you know what I mean? And it gives you confidence. It gives you that thick skin that you need for life. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was everything I wanted to say. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. No, by the way, I didn't show this to I didn't show this to you. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is she wearing in the thumbnail? We went to Burger King, not sponsored, my friend and I, after the talk, and we got these little crowns. Actually, I also got the kids menu. I don't know what you call it, the King Junior. And we got a Peppa Pig toy. I think if this is George. Oh, I believe this is George. I don't know. Maybe he should be smaller if it's George. I don't know. But like, I think it's George. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was so cool. I don't know. I thought it was so cool. Am I 20 something? Yeah. But I don't care. Now I have him in my shelf. It's so cute. I don't know. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like these things. Now I have a memory. You know what I mean? Like now I have. Fuck, I think I dropped George. No, I dropped something else. I don't know what I did. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you get experiences, you get these things. Well, this I'm gonna end up throwing it away, but I'm gonna keep George. So, you know what I mean? Like you keep things, you keep memories and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like things happen. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't gonna do anything today. I'm just waiting for my professor to answer me for the dissertation. So, you know what I mean? Like I love this. You know what I mean? And like for instance, making videos. You know what I mean? What would I be doing right now if I wasn't making videos? Probably nothing. Probably watching YouTube. Probably listening to music. I don't know. So yeah. Bye guys.